What's going on, JW Faction? My name is Josh Williamson. So, in the past, I shared a recipe for oven-baked potato wedges, and those are fantastic. But, I figured some of you may want to see a fried potato wedge recipe, so here it is. For this whole video recipe, I'm going to show you my favorite recipe for fried potato wedges. Very easy to make, kind of time-consuming, but in the end, it's worth it. These taste amazing, so let's get started. So to start off, get some russet potatoes. Now, I'm using 7 as a default. There's no specific amount of potatoes that you need. But anyways, what you want to do is cut them into wedges. I'm going to show you, again, how I cut them into wedges. You want to cut them in half from the side, and then you cut those halves in half, and then you cut those halves in half. Basically, you cut the potatoes into eighths, and this one just fell down. Didn't touch the floor, luckily, but yeah. But anyways, I'll finish cutting these into wedges, and I'll come back for the next step. After you cut your potatoes up into wedges, put them in a big pot, first of all. For example, I'm using a Dutch oven, but any sort of vessel you have that's safe for boiling and you can fit them all in, use that. But anyways, fill the Dutch oven up with cold water. Then pour a little bit of white vinegar into that water. I don't really measure it, and also you won't taste the vinegar whenever you do this, okay? I hate vinegar. The reason why I'm adding vinegar is because we're about to boil these, and the vinegar will keep them from falling apart while they're boiling. Then pour a generous amount of salt in that water as well. You want this water tasting like the ocean. Now put the potatoes on the stove over high heat and let it come up to a boil. When the water starts boiling, let it boil for 8 minutes or until the potatoes are fork tender. After the potatoes are done boiling, gently pour them all into a colander and drain out all the water. And let them steam off for a while just so they're as dry as possible. Alright, so now we're going to make a batter to coat the potato wedges with. Now, in this bowl I have 2 cups of all-purpose flour. To that, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of salt, 2 teaspoons of MSG, half a teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of ground sage, sorry, I about messed that up, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and actually, I made a mistake when measuring those past ingredients, okay? It's actually 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 2 teaspoons of sage, 2 teaspoons of oregano, and 1 teaspoon of cayenne, okay? Forgive my mishap. Those measurements will also be corrected in the description box, by the way. But anyways, up next I have 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of ground cloves, 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, 1 teaspoon of turmeric, and finally 1 teaspoon of onion powder. Then you just want to whisk all those together. Then add 3 cups of water, and also use a bigger bowl than I did here, and whisk until combined. This batter is going to look on the watery and wet side, and that's actually how you want it to be. Alright, now we're going to coat the wedges in the batter. Now just take some of the wedges and dip it in, and just get it coated. It's that simple. Then lay them down on a parchment paper lined baking sheet. Then you want to put them in the freezer for 2 hours or until they're completely frozen. Now I'm preheating my deep fryer filled with oil to 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius. After the oil is preheated, fry as many as you want and fry them for about maybe, I don't know, 5-7 minutes until they turn a golden brown color. The good thing about freezing these wedges after battering them is that you can like fry as many as you want right now, and you can keep the rest of them frozen, and anytime you want some of these potato wedges, you can just take some out of the freezer and put them in the fryer. It's very convenient. After they're done frying, I just like to season them with a little bit of extra salt. Alright, our fried potato wedges are done. Like I said, they were very easy to make. They were time consuming, but in the end, it's worth it. These taste amazing. These, honestly, in my opinion, taste a lot like KFC's potato wedges. You guys remember when KFC used to have potato wedges? I remember that. But anyways, I'm gonna bite into one of these just so you can hear the crunch of them. These things are absolutely wonderful. They're crispy on the outside, very soft on the inside. Wow. But if you try these, leave in the comment section down below and tell me what you thought, whether you liked it or you hated it. If you liked this video, thumb it up, hate this video, thumb it down, and be sure to subscribe and become a member of the JW Faction on a journey to 10,000 subscribers. God loves you. See you later.